Here, and this is how you update the territory war spreadsheet. So this is the template. We're going to go to the most recent territory war. Before the war starts or before you finalize the data, you'll input some of these starting numbers, the amount of teams per territory, the conquer points per zone. This information can be found in-game, as well as the very back zone. Then you get a certain amount of banners for setting your defense, and that's what you use as your starting score. When you're updating at the end of a war, and I'm just using the most recent war that just finished as a starting point, you put in, for completed zones, the amount of fails. So minus, and then they had 6 fails, so it would be -6. Then if there's incomplete territories, you put the amount of teams remaining. They've barely cleared us at all. You've got -3, 0, -4, 0. We had a lot of perfect territories this last time around. 0, -1, 0. And then 0 and 4, that pesky back wall. And then we're going to want to update our total score because this has changed since the war started. Okay, once I update all the numbers, you can start to see that this stuff changes automatically. None of this needs to be manually input. It's all automatically updated. But you can see here that out of the total amount of banners that we could have had, we dropped 156 due to fails. We still ended up with a good average, 19.62 overall, but this is how far off from a perfect run we were, so to speak. They've dropped fewer points than we have, but they tend to drop more per battle, and if that trend continued as they cleared the board, they would definitely drop way more than we did. You can see our comparison of Galactic Legends. As we get to the player data here, you're just going to pull this directly from in-game. At this time, there's not really an easier way to do it that we're aware of. There might be some bots out there, but we don't currently use anything. So our highest attack banner earner was Dave. And I'll also put in here AJ with 255, as well as L1C4 with 237. And then their rogue actions were 14, 14, and 12. And you can start to see how their efficiency is automatically calculated. If someone had a cleanup that they reported or an opponent already engaged error message, you can put that in here. Typically, if there's an error message, I'll actually remove a rogue action because it's as if they shouldn't have had that extra anyway. But for errors, I put those in here. And the rest is automatically calculated. If somebody has more than 18 banners, typically they had a really good war. If they had between 12 and 18, they had average to below average war. And if they had even fewer than that, fewer than 12, then that's typically pretty bad. It means they had probably multiple fails. And again, this is automatically calculated over here. So in a nutshell, that's how to input the data. You can also put the guild name and the SWGOHGG link there below. And what we're going to do at this point is go ahead and hop over into the General's Mess and just report that Omega 1. A few days ago, I already dropped the link so that the people who update these sheets for us can find the guild that we faced. That's how to update Territory Wars.